The second guard says to him, "Why are you standing? Hurry!" The goblin guard approaches, hiding behind the guard, and attacks him. He says, "What is happening?" A goblin hurts him and drops him on the ground. The guard says, "You can speak the human language." The goblin turns towards him and tells him, "Pardon me, please let me go. I have a family and a daughter waiting for me to return home." The guard tells him, "You are smart. You must understand that I am just following orders. I was forced to come here. I will give you a bag of gold coins. Yes, and a little girl. I will bring you a fresh human boy. Think about the benefits I offer." He says to himself, as he hides his knife behind his back, "There is a chance that if he approaches me, he will attack him and say, 'Stupid monster is death.' But the goblin guard will kill him." He hears some voices and says it is Lord's voice. "They are chasing us." He takes someone's clothes and goes, and says we will meet soon. Lord Averia appears, looking at the guards. The knight accompanying her says, "What happened? Could it be that there were goblins that escaped from the net?" The goblins say whoever can kill these two must be a mutant. The accompanying knight says yes, he must be a mutant. If he runs away, this is not good. He kicks the guards lying on the ground, and says they can't deal with even one useless mutant goblin. Lord says the mutant goblin must be fun. If they can catch him, then I will definitely have some fun with him. He runs away into the forest, saying, "I finally survived. Since you all hate goblins so much, I will deal with you the way goblins do." Goblins have the ability to upgrade through mating and devouring, and as my statistics increase, they give birth to stronger offspring and expand my influence in this life. I will make every man's desire to die, and make every woman wail and wail at my feet. Suddenly, there is a noise behind the trees. He says, "Is it possible that Lord and his group have chased me?" He decides to attack first to get the upper hand. He says, "From there." A goblin appears from behind the trees, but she trips over a stone and falls to the ground. Why does he have feminine characteristics? As far as I know, goblins are only male, which is why they can only reproduce by mating with other species. The goblin says, "Please don't hurt me. I was just getting water." He says to himself, "What is happening? How can this goblin speak in complete sentences?" Status: small goblin. 3rd level. Race: goblin. Category: messenger of the ruler. Titles: female goblin. Fallen ruler. Pure soul. Blessing of the ruler. Health 10, strength 2. Defense 1, skills devoured genes and wild growth. Equipment none. Total 10. If a male goblin mates with a female goblin, the male goblin will become the legendary goblin. The goblin says, "What? Mating with her can make me the ruler of the goblins. Which means that if you interrupt him, and say that I was sent by the chief to fetch water, if I don't get water, he will beat me to death." She is afraid of him. He tells her, "Sorry, I didn't mean that. Don't cry. If she continues crying, she will attract Odor and his group." The goblin tells him, "You can talk too." He tells her, "Sure, and talk." He says to himself, "That's right. Ordinary goblins can't talk. They probably didn't talk much with the other members of the tribe." The goblin says to him, "You are very nice. The other goblins only beat and scold me. This is the first time someone took such kind care of me. If you have nowhere to go, why don't you return to my tribe with me?" He is surprised and says, "Are there goblins around?" He says to himself, "I cannot be sure if Lord is still following us. This is not the right time to mate. The priority is to find a safe place." The goblin says to him, "Yes, I will take you to the tribe." He says, "I was just worried about where to recruit followers," and he says while he is happy, "Take me to your tribe." You take him to the tribe. The goblins say, "Why is he wearing human clothes? I have never seen a strange creature like this before." The goblin guard says to himself, "There are a lot of goblins in this tribe. Let's start from here." He tells them, "I am here to join you. Let me see your leader." He says to the goblins, "Someone from the outside wants to see the leader." No one from the outside can see him. Let us arrest him first, then take him to the leader. The goblin tries to protect the goblin guard, and tells them that he is not a bad person. The leader comes out and says, Why are you all here? Status Grand Goblin, Level 25 Race Goblin. Class Priest. Title Reproduction. Machine Cunning Old Man. Blessing Ruler. Health 102, Strength 29, Defense 17, Skills. Devouring Genes. Summoning Fork Control Equipment Stick. The leader says, "Who is making all this noise?" The goblin, the guardian of himself, says, "There is a goblin with such a high level in this tribe." The leader says, "Are you the one who brought the stranger?" The goblin says, "Yes, I brought him. He has nowhere to go." The leader says, "Very well, kill this stranger and eat the goblin." The guard takes out his knife and says, "Wait, I can make weapons. Let me join you, I can make you stronger." The leader tells them, "Slow down, you don't seem like a liar. Tell me what weapons you can make." The goblin guard says, "If I find iron ore, I can make simple tools from iron. Give me some time and I will make better weapons than these handmade ones." He says to himself, "This idiot can speak complete sentences." It seems that the higher the level of the goblins, the greater his wisdom. He tells him that with the presence of iron weapons, we can defeat monsters and humans. You can win. Some goblins say with iron weapons, "We will go north and mate with the elves." The leader says, "I will give you this opportunity within 3 days. If I find iron ore and make iron weapons, I will leave you alive. If you don't make it, I'll kill you too." The guardian goblin says to himself, "This old goblin is really cruel when he gets angry. He has no mercy even on members of his own tribe. I can't face him now. I will make some iron weapons to buy some time and become stronger." They go to the forest to search for iron ore. The goblin says, while she is tired, wait for me. I have been walking all day. I am a little tired, and I cannot walk." One of the goblins hits her and tells her, "Fuck you, you ugly one. If you don't find the iron ore, I will kill you." She says, "It hurts me. Don't hit me. I won't do that again." The goblins beat her. The goblin guard hits her on the head with a stone and says, "I brought you to help me find iron ore, not to fight. I told you what iron ore looks like, and if you want to survive, go to the valley ahead and find pieces of iron ore for me, otherwise everyone will die." He says, "If iron ore is found, we will make weapons and kill everyone. Go quickly." The goblins say, "When we find the iron ore, the president will not let you." The goblin guard says to himself, "What he says is true. Even if we make weapons, he will kill us in the end." The system shows a notification that if a male goblin mates with a female goblin, he will become the legendary male goblin. He says to himself, "It's time to think about how to become stronger." He says to her, "Why are you crying? Do you want to stay with me? If you stay with me, I will protect you. I will give you food and a warm place to live, and no one will dare to harass you." She says to him, while she is really crying. He says to her, "Of course, I promise that, but now we are weak, and in order not to be harassed, I need your help to become stronger." The goblin says, "How can I become stronger?" He says, "If you want to stay with me and have children, I will become stronger." The goblin mates with the goblin. Notification from the system: in the future, the host and the goblin will have a group of 7 children, which will raise the maximum level. Due to the maximum efficiency, attack characteristics are increased by 9, health points are increased by 100, and defense are increased by 10. The goblin guard says to himself, "Not only has my level increased, but my physical condition has also improved. In this way, the chances of winning against the goblin priest increase." Afzal tells her, "You are Maki. I will protect you for the rest of my life." Suddenly, he hears the voice of a goblin wanting to help. "A magical wolf is chasing me," and running away from the wolf, while carrying the iron ore. The goblin guard says to himself, "This man found the iron ore, but he brought some small problems with him." He decides to go get rid of the magic wolf and save the goblin. He goes straight to the wolf and stabs him in the neck, making him fall to the ground. He goes to the goblin, his strength has increased, and he says, "Well done, give me the iron ore. Good job, look for more, I will make you a weapon."